What's up guys and welcome back. As you probably know, Laos right now is under a massive lockdown.
Yeah, we've been going through one of the strictest lockdowns here because they've had loads of cases. I think the most that Laos has seen throughout the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
So today we want to make a video talking about 5 reasons why we love living here in Laos, to just remind ourselves why we love it here so much, especially during these hard times.
This video is sponsored by Skillshare, but we're gonna get into that in a bit. First of all, let's go into the first reason why we love living in Laos so much. So if you have been to Southeast Asia before, guys, you probably know that the entire Southeast Asia is a very exotic countries and has a lot of culture. Each country has its own cuisine and language and even religion, you know. We love Laos because it has an extreme amount of nature. There are so much nature here. You would go to any national park and I guarantee you that you probably would get lost and you'd never be able to find home anymore because these jungles are so vast. We do see a lot of jungles all over Southeast Asia, but we do see a lot of deforestation, and obviously something is that we cannot control. But the thing is, Laos has still managed to preserve quite a decent amount of natural forest here in this country. And the cool thing is that there's still a lot of species who are endangered and you can only find them here in Laos.
Yeah, I feel like Laos is one of the most popular countries in Southeast Asia for its nature. That's what it's known for, and that's one of the reasons that we came here in the first place, and it's definitely been how we expected it to be. Some beautiful nature that we've seen while traveling around Laos, especially in places like the Takek Loop and the Balaban Plateau Loop. The waterfalls there are just unbelievable.
Absolutely amazing. If you are guys ever down south in Balaban Plateau, take your time. Have a little drive around, have a little exploration time. Don't rush. There are so many things to see in Balaban Plateau. And then if you're carrying on higher up, you got Takek Loop, you got Vientiane area, you got Vang Vieng, you got Luang Prabang, and you got all of the north and Bokyo and so on and on and on. We haven't even explored every single piece of land here in this country because it's so vast. But so far we're really enjoying it here in Laos, and this is one of the main reasons we love it here is the nature, and the second one is the weather. Obviously the weather is pretty much similar across the entire Southeast Asia. In Laos there's no beach, there's no sea, so there's less storms, and when it comes to monsoon season, the rainy season, which is happening right now apparently, it's sunny. So it rains in the morning, then it's sunny throughout the day, so you can do your things, and then it rains again at night. It's perfect timing. There's never a time in Laos where there would be raining an entire week without stop, like Vietnam for example. We've been stuck in Da Nang before for a couple weeks, and dude, we were stuck there for 2 weeks, and we would have been stuck for even longer if we didn't leave the place. Whereas we don't see such things here in Laos because, like I said, the weather is really good and it doesn't rain longer than a day or two before it's sunny again.
Yeah, it's literally sunny all of the time, so if you like your hot sunny weather, your tropical weather, Laos is a really great country to come to. And in the winter time, the temperature doesn't drop too low. Obviously if you go to the mountainous regions in the north of Laos, you would probably be quite cold in the winter, but here in Vientiane it didn't drop below 10 degrees at night.
But can you imagine having 10 degrees at night after having this tropical heat? It's really nice, guys. It's really good. Yeah.
So yeah, the weather and the nature are two kind of in one.
Yeah, we sort of wanted to squeeze everything together so we can put 5 main reasons, because there's obviously a lot of reasons why we love living here, but this is the #1 reason why we love it here so much.
Okay, the second reason why we love living here in Laos is the food. There's a lot of things we could talk about this. So the food, I'd like to start with street food. There is literally street food everywhere, and it's so nice to just be able to jump on your bike, drive around for 5 minutes, and you've already got all the food you need for the day. From markets, from all kinds of street food stalls. Every single person is selling something different, so there's so much variety of food as well. It's just amazing. And
it is way cheaper to get a takeaway or eat in a restaurant than actually cook it for yourself a lot of times. So that's why locals sort of eat outside, and that's why there's a lot of outdoor eating culture. We don't see outdoor eating culture in Europe as much, especially in England, especially when it comes to winter time, because it's raining the whole time, so you can't eat outside, it's too cold. So yeah, we love eating outside, and that's why we chose this as a #2 reason why we love living in Laos. But obviously there's much more to food, because another thing we really love about this is the fresh food. There's so much fresh food. You go to any local Lao restaurant, you'll get a soup, and they'll give you like a mountain of fresh herbs. Like there's so much fresh food, and the coolest thing that the food is actually fresh. There's a lot of like food gatherers, like in like small villages or just outskirts of the city. They'll just, ladies or men, just grab like backpacks and they just walk into the forest and grab loads of like herbs and loads of like little seasonings and whatnot, and then yeah, they sell it in the market and we just go and buy it. So it was picked like a few hours ago, right off the forest.
Yeah, and the variety of food that you can buy is just insane. There's so many fruits and vegetables, some that we don't have back home, and it's really nice to have them.
Like, you mean like 70% that we
like
don't have back home?
Fresh coconuts in the morning, papayas, like you don't find these things at home, and if you do, they're just super expensive.
Super expensive. I mean, where are you gonna find a fresh coconut in UK or anywhere in Europe? Like, you can't. Even if you do, it's like it's probably fake or too expensive. So yeah, Laos is really good for that. We love Laos for its fresh food.
Another thing that we love about the food culture here in Laos is that all of the restaurants and everywhere that you go to eat or buy drinks, they're all independent. So they're not like chains. Everywhere is independent owned. It's just the families running the business. And it's really nice to go out and buy food from all different places, like a bit from each shop, and you kind of know that that money is going towards the local families. It's not going to some big business. So it feels more personal, and you kind of get to know the people as well that you're buying from.
Also, when you buy stuff in like a supermarket, like we buy like some chili crisps, all of these products are made by the locals just around the corner. So the supermarkets do buy products from like local people and then just sell them in the supermarket. So supermarkets aren't number one like they are in Europe. Here, the local businesses are sort of ruling, you know, which is cool. We really appreciate that.
So yeah, that was our second reason why we love living in Laos, which is the food. There's a lot of different parts to that point, but we really love it. We love the food here and the whole food culture in general in Southeast Asia.
I mean, if you haven't seen our previous food episodes, guys, a link above us, go check out. There's many videos, us eating all kinds of Lao food, including the crazy ones.
Yeah, there's some crazy food here.
The reason number 3 why we love living here in Laos is obviously the people. We really love Lao people. Lao people are so tranquil, so easygoing, so positive. They don't care how you look, they don't care how you dress. When I go to buy like fruit in the morning or like buy some ice, I don't care how I look. If I have a massive stain in here, I don't care. You know why? Because no one else cares in here, and that's the best part about it.
It's really nice. Like, you don't feel any pressure to always have to dress up just to go to a shop or like go out. Nobody really cares about those kind of things here, and you see people just drive into the shop like in pajamas, just got out of bed on the motorbike in their slippers and a onesie, and they just don't care. I really love it here for that.
People are so honest in here. Like, you don't have to go to the local market and haggle every single day for your vegetables or fruits. There would be times where we forget change, like 10 cents or something, and there would be a lady behind you sprinting and already giving you the change. Sir, you forgot your change. Like,
yeah, everything's already pretty cheap anyway, so it's all good. Lao people, super friendly, not judgmental, and really honest, and we love Laos for that.
Yeah, respect. Before we move to reason number 4, we'd like to quickly speak about our sponsor for this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is basically an online learning community with thousands of courses from marketing, web development, graphic design, I mean, you name it. There's so many courses. If it's creative, it's probably gonna be on there.
The class that I really enjoyed this month was Find Your Style, 5 Exercises to Unlock Your Creative Identity by Andy J. Pizza. In this class, he gives you 5 exercises to discover your style, whether that's in music, in film, art. It's not just like abstract ideas, but it's actual real exercise and experiments you can do straight away to discover your authentic artistic self and figure out what that looks like. So this is just one class that I really enjoyed, but there is so many more on there. So if you're interested, Skillshare has actually given us a special promotion where the first 1,000 of you guys who join via the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial with Skillshare, so you can start learning something new, explore your creativity, whatever you want to do, go and do it on Skillshare.
Do it! Anyways, let's move on with the reason number 4 we love living here in Laos, and that is literally how cheap everything is. It's just crazy how cheap everything is here in Laos. Like, you know, when you first arrive from Vietnam, it might first look that it's a little bit more expensive because of like the hotel prices and so on. But actually, once you start living here in Laos like we are, we've been here for a year and a half. We've been living in this flat for like nearly a year. We pay about $200 for a private
Everything.
flat, you know, like smart
Bills
TV,
included.
everything. Like, yeah, so that's 200. And then how much do we spend on food? We spend about $10 a day. Just
Yeah.
around that price. $10 a day for food and about $7 for rent. So that's under $20 budget a day. $20 a day will take you a long way here in Laos.
Yeah, super cheap. Like the markets are super cheap for fresh food. The supermarkets, obviously imported products can be expensive, like cheese and cereal.
Yeah, but it's just to satisfy your Western desires,
Yeah.
basically. But if you really stick with the local food, you go to the market, you'll buy an entire chicken that's grilled for $35,000, that's $3.50, or you can buy an entire fish for like $2, and it'll last you like 2 entire days. That is cheap. I think that's really, really cheap, you know?
Yeah, I think a bottle of beer here is like $1.
Which is relatively similar to the Western world. Is that it's because, you know, beer and the beer culture in here in Southeast Asia, it hasn't been out for that long. As long as it was in Europe, it's incomparable, obviously, and that's why the prices aren't as cheap compared to Vietnam, for example. But we're not that bothered because we don't drink that much beer anymore as we used to like a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. So overall, like the price of living in here is amazing, and that's why there's so many people coming here and retire, because it's just amazing place to live.
So if you're on a budget, a great country to come to. You could live for like $500 for one person, pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
Actually, and yeah, if you want to, you know, spend a bit more, you could get like a house with a pool, really nice place for like up to $1,000. I mean, you could get something amazing for that price.
You can literally get a few friends and then rent like a massive house with a pool
Yeah.
for like under $1,000, and you'll be living the high life. I mean, Laos. So yeah, overall, cost of living in Laos is amazing. If you're here to retire, it is literally one of the best places to do so, because everything is so cheap and you have so much spare money to do anything else you want. Laos is really good for that, and that is the reason number 4 we love living in Laos so much.
Reason number 5 that we love living in Laos so much is the Bopanyang lifestyle, which means no worries in Laos. So that is basically embodies all of Lao culture, I would say, and it's something that you hear when you first arrive to the country, but you don't really understand it in the beginning. But after being here a long time, you start to see how it's literally in every single part of their lives, this like no worries kind of attitude to everything.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to simply drive up to town on your motorbike and you'll find out. The craziest thing about Lao Bopanyang lifestyle, that no one beeps on their bikes or cars. So even if you do need to beep, because that's why beep exists, right? For like emergency situations, people still try to avoid beeping. So if you're gonna go in some busy traffic somewhere in Laos, you will not hear people beeping. No one beeps in here, you know? So that's one of the things that we love about Laos, because people are they just try to avoid conflict, because people feel like beeping is sort of like emotions. It's like, get out of the way, you know?
They call it like losing face.
Yeah. So they just try to avoid stuff like that, you know, because they're such a chilled out people. They're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave this bit. I'm just gonna avoid any other like negative feelings to other people. So that's what we really love about Laos, you know, the whole easygoing lifestyle. When you need to book like an interview or need to go see someone or look at the house, just text a message on WhatsApp and that's it. I mean,
yeah, I literally got my work here through just texting people on WhatsApp. I've been texting the airlines to like talk about flights and stuff on WhatsApp. I text my vet on WhatsApp. It's literally everybody just texts on Facebook and WhatsApp.
Like,
it's
you know,
so simple.
in Europe, like to go and see a house, you have to book an appointment, you have to go see this, see that, on this day, on this time. And here's like, hey man, what are you doing this afternoon? Yeah, alright, so come, I'll see you in 2 hours. Done. That's how things should be done, right? Things have to be done, get done. And that's what we love about it here, because it's just so simple. It's like, yeah, why do we need all these fancy emails? Just text me on WhatsApp, man, I'll call you back.
Yeah, they're super simple, there's no worries, everybody smiles.
We really love Laos, and those were the 5 reasons we enjoyed living in this country. If you ever gonna come here to this country, you know, this country has so many wonderful things that we couldn't cover in just 5 little reasons, you know. We had to choose 5 main reasons, but obviously there's many more reasons why we love living in Laos.
And yeah, so we'd like to know if you live in Laos or you have lived in Laos, what do you love about living here? Please let us know in the comments. Or if you live in a neighboring country like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, let us know how it's different, how it's similar, and what you like about living there. That would be really interesting to know as well.
But anyways guys, we really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did so, hit a like button because it really helps us out with the whole algorithm thing and we get more views. It really helps our channel. And if you haven't yet, press subscribe. That little red button really does an amazing job for our channel. It really doesn't cost you anything. The only thing you'll get out of it is you're never gonna miss a single episode of Travels and Toast.
Anyways guys, we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye!